That's the question. We still have some time for the predictions though, but I don't know. Let's see if everyone's good. And Stanky says, let's go green. Of course, advocate for people to root on whatever team they like. Don't worry, I know my name is Spartan, but I root for the best team. Alright, that is week 1 rivalry. These teams are ready to get into things. Let's double check. Alright, I think we are good to go. But once again, welcome into rivalries, as this is tier 5 for the 3v3 in week number 1. So who's gonna start off the right way? We have Spartan Aries in orange, Simplified green in blue, and McNutty trying to cause some pressure, not flash off the backboard, no one home, and Chaotic can't get the angle, but starting a little shaky, getting some pressure, but nothing panning out to a goal. It's not flash, goes off the midfield and has McNutty flying in tow, but Diabloid bangs it, and now it's their time to cause some pressure, but just gonna be Diabloid on his lonesome and venturing through. Asta trying to keep it away from net, does so successfully, and what a touch. It's going back, almost bounces in, but Asta, he does capitalize, and holy smokes, look at this touch. What the chaotic was that? But Simplify Green get the first goal in exciting fashion. And now McNutty bring it to the other side. Big bounce. McNutty gets another chance, but nothing in the tank. And Chaotic does get the demo. Flash sees McNutty, but that's pass closed out. Well done. And Simplify Green trying to clear it, but some big demos coming out. However, that's a nice pop, nice carry. Has to. It's gonna leave it for boost, and big pop. Jag closing down the midfield, keeping control, but 50'd out. And we got 3 minutes left to go in game 1. A little bump, little craziness ensuing, and Spartan Aries just can't quite crack the code, can't figure out how to score, and they're being tested on defense again. But McNutty is up, a little bit awkward, and that's gonna be a prime opportunity for Diabloid to venture through, but not flash. Nice few touches, and there's an opening, but no one there for Spartan Aries. But bounced off by 1. 2 beat McNutty there, and what a great play. Give credit to Flash beating 2 on this assist, and McNutty sealing the deal, and they tie it up 1 apiece, but it was not easy. Not Flash wants another, and that's not going to be there. Chaotic too hard, and big miscue from McNutty. Jag is gonna find an open net, more than happy to put it through, and tough miscue from Spartan Aries. Missed shot opportunity, missed touch opportunity, and Simplify Green make them pay. more tactical whiffs come out, and perhaps by design. But McNutty, you couldn't just follow that. Didn't even need to add a touch, but his threat was there. And that's going to be the goal right there. That's the touch that does it. And we are tied yet again. And now we could be seeing the clutch goal, as scoring has not been high volume. I think Nutty being a nuisance. But Flash can't get that one. And Jag on target. Defense is there, and what a placement of a shot. Asta, where the defense can't get it. That's still in play. And quickness coming across the net. And you just can't place that any better. But high bounce. Jag met with resistance, and we are coming down to 1 minute to go. McNutty trying to apply some pressure. And they might have a chance at scoring here, but Diabloid by 1. However, they gotta recollect themselves. A little bit awkward on the rotation. But not Flash, no boost being chased. But hit down, not Flash, could get that one. And another missed opportunity for Spartan, as they're shooting not quite on point. However, you keep shooting, maybe good things will happen. And they keep the pressure, and they tie it up yet again. But Chaotic testing the defense. Jag trying to clear it out, but midfield being contained. And big 50. But team pinch, is that on target? That would have been crazy. And there's a opportunity to score as well. But little did they know, as OT game 1, we're going into it. But Flash booming it down to McNutty. That is a combo that has worked and popped it up. Chaotic a little bit wide, and the passing working for Spartan, as you could say they seemingly stole this one, as Simplified Green kept on having the lead, but brought into OT. Spartan capitalize at the end. But what will this mean for game 2? Curious to see how Simplified Green come out. But we got a little bit of substitution here. Mental gonna step in. And here we go. Game number 2. Simplified Green's chance to tie up the series. They falter on game 1, but how do they bounce back? Meanwhile, Spartan take that first game victory and perhaps build upon it. Gonna have to see if momentum is there. I asked a few awkward touches. And it's a little bit spaced out, and not Flash gonna capitalize. And certainly Asta wants that one back, and that's always unfortunate. You get that extra touch that you don't mean to, and creates a little separation. And Chaotic adds a kickoff goal as well, and big momentum in favor of Spartan Aries. Simplify Green definitely want to stop the bleeding here. And can they contain themselves? Jag 50'd out. And Mental has a chance here. But big closeout from not flashing. That one's too high for him. Going back to Chaotic, who has an okay pop to McNutty. But Mental continues it on. And now a back and forth play. Things starting to tidy up. It's staying in the corner. And a little bit slow to get there. Simplify Green. Have to lock in here. Almost getting cringe bumped. And definitely don't want to go down 3 in this game too. Chaotic just gonna collect. Goes for the 50. But you see plenty of bumps happening out of view. Flash. Can't get the flip reset. It dies right there. Asta has a chance. Keeps it low. Thank you so much for the follow, Simplify. Very much appreciated. As they definitely need the support, and it is encouraged. As they're down by 2. As we get closer to halftime, McNutty gets the pinch, but that's going right to Mental. Booms it down. And not flash right back the other way. What a touch. Chaotic. Too wide. But well worth the try. And it's just been a series of clears so far. And Mental does get a shot on target. However, McNutty is there and he's going to collect. But pinched off the top of his car, and Asta going for it all. You got to respect it. But certainly need some more bumps, some more demos, something to clear up the way, as they're not able to get strong shots. Chaotic trying to clear it out, and there's another low ball taken care of. McNutty. Asta gonna control, can't quite get the flick. Now Jag trying to buy some time on defense, and does exactly that. Now Mental trying to get a 1v1 situation. It's running out of time, and Spartan Aries get back on defense. But tactical fakes coming out and almost catching the side. McNutty has a shot on target. Jag is there for the save. And trying to avoid the demo. Mental gets the 50. And 1 minute to go. They need something here. But have to gain possession. That's a different story. Big demo coming out, but Chaotic following. And trying to dribble past, but yet they're back on defense. McNutty going for the pinch. Ups to leave the boost. All for the pinch. And now a back touch. 30 seconds left. Mental trying to break through, and yet again they can't get through this defense. And that's an angle almost bouncing in. They needed that. 15 seconds left. Seeing the clock run out, and at this point trying to get 1 on the board just for momentum. 5 seconds left. But some more bumping. McNutty doesn't know where to go. And what are we watching? But Spartan Aries take game 2. And Once again, not a whole lot of scoring, but their defense definitely showed up. And game 3, DFH Stadium. Now it's do or die for Simplify Green. Can't afford any more losses. What do they have left in the tank? What's up, Tony? How you doing tonight? All right, we got another member. We might have a substitution on the other side as well. Hope you guys are keeping up with all this. Oh no, now there's two. Rip. Alright, that's cool. No reservation found. We always love that. Let's remake the match, I guess. Unless they're already playing. That's the possibility, I guess. Just playing without a caster. Oh, it said no reservation found. Let me try and rejoin then. I don't know if it closed for just me or everyone else. Bro, what is this? I hate it can't keep the same name as when you create a match. Oh, damn. Alright. What do we do? Should I just create a new one with S? Like, oh, well, we got everyone here. Screw it. It's fine. We'll just go with it. But Tony, how long did it take you to finish that? Alright, so we're the ones with the unfortunate difficulties. Maybe too many substitutions. Our game just couldn't handle it. But we got a lot to keep up with here. As we got Dreegsy as the sub and Peak as a sub. So one sub apiece. And giving everyone some action to play. And Peak, he's on the board. He joins the game, shows us what he's made of. And definitely one to watch so far. But bouncing around. Flash trying to collect this one. Dreegsy keeping the pressure. Mental does beat out, however, it's technically a back pass. Although Dreegsy is there. And Dreegsy a few touches so far. That's another one we get to look out for. The substitutions, what can they do? Yeah, I mean, to be fair with the league, you might as well let multiple people get some action in. Get some playing time. Unless there's a reward we don't know about. Plot twist, but Jeg ties it up at 3-3-3. And Good positioning from Jeg. Able to follow through on that. And Simplify Green tie it up. Now Jeg showing good control, moving it down, but gonna be denied of the boost. And this might be an open net. However, if they didn't pinch on top of each other. But trying to make up for it with a pass to Driggsy. There on the save and denying that. But still being tested. Slight touch from Mental. As Aries reposition. Mental midfield, but Driggsy getting bumped around possibly, or just floating around. We don't know what caused that. But we're almost at halftime, and that is good enough of a shot from McNutty. Not the most powerful, but just what was needed from the pressure. And Spartan Aries retake the lead. And now let's not forget Simplify Green. They're down in the series, and Driggsy fully aware of that. Not taking too much time to tie it up. But as we were saying, Simplify Green, they are trying to get on the board for the series. Can't afford any more losses. Gotta bring everything they got. Not Flash. Almost there. Driggsy keeps it out. And now Jeg trying for the crazy angle. He does get it. That tough angle from the side. And so devastating when you get it. Hard to defend. And Driggsy almost had a similar angle, but Aries smart to make that demo. Well, off the backboard, Peak trying to give it some more life. Bouncing around. Peak target a little bit high. But the chance was there. And Peak continue it to the corner, but that's a shot chance. And trying to clear it out. But Simplify Green up by 1. And a crazy bounce. What is happening? I don't know who's playing defense for who. Driggsy almost getting one there, and a good demo from Mental, but does it leave it open? Driggsy is back and not strong enough to be a threat. But big pinch, and Driggsy has to venture back again on the rotation. Is following Dregs. Or Jeg, I mean. Hopefully you didn't catch that. But combine the two, that's what you get. But 45 seconds left. Simplify Green up by 1. Trying to maintain this. With Spartan Aries getting some demos, threatening Mental in a rough spot. And luckily all he had to do was wait. No threat there. Bounces off. And can they add one? Tough angle. Driggsy can't quite get it. Jeg keeping it in the opponent's half. Almost getting a demo as well. But 10 seconds left. Trying to clear it out. A pivotal touch incoming. McNutty bringing it to the side. And that one is going to do it. Simplify Green. Step up in a big way. Game 3 victors. And they are still in the series. So game 4 up next. If we knew where we were going. Sovereign Heights, there we go. Alright, everyone on and ready. No substitutions. So this is what we're doing again. But certainly Simplify Green, they're trying for the reverse sweep, but you got to take it one game at a time. So, can they do it? Game 4, pivotal to get that first goal, early start. Although we saw Peak score first the previous, and they faltered. So, while it is important, not everything. Jeg moving it down, flash to McNutty, and that's going to be a high bouncer. Lofted up for Peak, but he has to wait. Play in third. And Mental there. Causing two, though, and what a touch, not flash. In front of net. Giving it some extra sauce. I don't know if that was on target anyways. Well, it might have been saved, actually. So, definitely some extra sauce that could have been needed. But nonetheless, first goal going to Spartan Aries. However, can they play a full match? They're trying to close it out. While Simplify Green, they're trying to stay in it, and some space given up. Luckily for them, not a shot on target. Jeg gets a touch. McNutty trying to keep it away. And it's got a chance for a flick, but drops it. And Dregsy, tough spot to be in, needs some help. Gets it from Mental. And you hate to be in that position with no boost. And all you can do is pray. But Mental grabs the boost, using the ceiling. And can't do much with that. Peak can try and clear it out. Flash off to the side. McNutty, a tactical fake. Just a series of touches back and forth, hoping for some pressure that goes in for Spartan Aries, as they're getting closer just simply by pushing forward. Flash, a little bit tangled up, and a couple of double commits. There it is. Drigsy is there and just had to be patient. You see how he veered back a little bit to reposition, and that double commit costly, and put himself in a 1v1 situation as Simplify Green tie it up and might have a chance to take this one as well. Could just be second half team, but there was almost a chance for Spartan Aries. Jeg wisely using the time and space given, but not going to be able to get it midfield, plus a big demo to eliminate that pass threat. But slight touch, and it's getting awkward here. You see rotation being messed with over here, as both teams have to play within each other, play with the teamwork. And thank you so much for the follow, Sebastian. I don't know if my alerts are like just super low or what, or if it's just me, but Sebastian here to root on Simplify, and you gotta respect all the supporters of Simplify Green. They have the support, but can they manifest it? Shot chance, tactical fake. mental, Jeg, and somehow he continues on. What a play from Jeg. I want to say Dreg, but it keeps on messing me up with Drigsy. I keep on combining them, but hey, is it a bad thing? Their teammates working together, but Jeg, what a difference maker on putting his team up ahead by 1. 30 seconds to go. They are trying for the reverse sweep, and there's another beat. Dreg, tactical fake, almost works. And also thank you for the follow, Roland. As more supporters coming through, they roll deep. But 10 seconds, giving it up. There's almost a chance for that to sneak through. McNutty doesn't go through. It does. Are you kidding me? McNutty just has a will, has a way. By his lonesome. Awkward touch. Hits the crossbar. Bouncing around. And McNutty ties it up with 3 seconds left to stay alive in this, to try and close out the series in this one. But are we going to OT? Yes, we are. And what an exciting game 4 it is. However, gonna end with one more goal. Let's McNutty feel it. He tied it up, certainly has a confidence boost for doing such. But Trixie, a little bit awkward, had to get that touch and does so, keeping it in the corner. But no one backboard. Jeg is there. Now not Flash, pops it up, can do some damage. Bouncing around, does not get the double. We've had a few crazy goals in this one. That certainly would have been crazy to end it in OT, but denied. And can Simplify Green get it out of their half? They're being tested. And they do for a time. But not Flash, enough of a bounce. McNutty tracking it down, gets a demo. And gonna leave that boost. I don't know what he's doing on backboard. Trying to play defense for the other team. They'll never know what is going on. It's all strategy to bring them out, and Peak puts it downfield, and that was the master plan. But Peak had to pivot a little bit, and Simplify Green pushed up a little too much. Spartan Aries close out the series. But what a series it was. And special thanks to Simplify Green and everyone who came to support. But if you voted for Spartan Aries, you are correct tonight. And credit to them with the victory. But of course, want to thank everyone who came in, watched, chatted, lurked. It is all very much appreciated. And makes it that much more fun to cast. So thank you for allowing me to cast. And that is going to do it for this matchup in week 1 of Rivalry. So we will put this VOD on the YouTube for anybody to watch back. If you want to watch back, more than welcome to. But once again, would like to thank everyone for tuning in.